Okay, so the final score then here at the Quattro-Tech Westwood Road finished at Ives Town 2. Ilkeston Town 2. Joining me now is the Ives manager, Marheineke. Ricky, it was an entertaining game. It was a game with two halves and a good second half comeback. Must be delighted now.
Yeah, I've always said we're entertaining. Regardless of whether we win, lose or draw, there's always goals, there's always controversy, there's always, incidents in games. So yeah, it's never a dull moment, is there, watching us? But yeah, I don't think it was a contrast of two halves. I think people will look at the scoreline and say it was a contrast of two halves, but I thought we played really well the whole game. I think the defining moment, the reason why we didn't potentially win the game was the second goal. It was just a 60-yard punt from the centre half straight down the middle of the pitch and just made a mess of it defensively and give away the penalty. And then when you're 2-0 down, it's really difficult to come back and win a game from that position. But last week we were 2 up and we drew 2-2 and it felt like a defeat. And today you're 2 down and you draw 2-2 and it feels like a bit of a win. So I'm really happy. I think it's 3 games unbeaten. I think our performance levels the last 3 games have been excellent. So we just need to keep building now and look forward to Alvechurch on Tuesday for another really tough game.
What did you say to the players at half time? Obviously 2-0 down, morale might have been a little bit low, but clearly that wasn't the case.
No, we speak a lot about the importance of scoring 2 goals and then managing a game when you're potentially got a 2-goal lead, or the importance of for us personally, when you score, go and score again. So it was just a reverse of what we say is important when you're winning 2-0, not to give teams belief, not to allow teams back into the game. So today it was about making sure that we do believe, making sure that we score and give us belief and put doubt in their mind as to whether they can see the game out. The first 10 minutes of that period was crucial. We managed to score. And then the second goal I thought was fantastic. And then either team could have won it at the end. I don't think either team looked nervous of losing. Both teams really went for it to try and win. And look, I think on the balance, on the whole, the draw was probably a fair result. I thought it was two good teams going toe to toe, having a real good go at trying to win the game.
And what about some of the first goal conceded? Really a little bit disappointed how I think it was Leroy Lita got around the back there of the cross, didn't he?
Listen, Adam Fisher stood next to me on the bench. He said he's killing us down the sides. We've got to do better with his movements. The lad's played in the Premier League. Do you know what I mean? It's like it's all right saying you've got to deal better with his movement and his runs, but he's playing with players who can find his runs. He's very experienced. He's obviously an unbelievable player. But you look at the whole team with Tomlin, with him, with Ward, Grady. They're bringing up Grady on. They're just a really, really good team. I think they're 1 defeat in 5. I think they've got a right good shot of getting in the playoffs. And to be 2-0 down and come back and draw 2-2, we can be really, really proud of that performance. And I think the boys could have gone 2 ways. They could have just rolled over and had their bellies tickled and could have been 3 or 4. But instead they chose to dig in and stick together and fight, and deservedly, I think, got something from the game.
You talk about that, a little bit of a run going. Obviously, I think it's 3 unbeaten after losing 3 on the bounce. Alvechurch Tuesday, obviously a good platform now, maybe to win at home and get a little bit of a extend the run, really.
Yeah, we're in good form. We're playing well. I think up until today, the 2 previous games we hadn't conceded from open play, and we've been defending really well. I think today, even against the players that we played against, I thought we defended really well. The second goal we made a proper mess of, but I thought apart from that one moment, we defended really well. Alvechurch are going to be tough, really tough. They're an exceptional side. They've got a good young talented group. I think that our surface will definitely suit them, the way that they play. So if we play at the levels we have in the last 3 games, we've got a good chance of extending that. For us, it's just about consistency. We've been in this position before where we've put a little unbeaten run together and then we go and shoot ourselves in the foot, perform really poorly, lose, and then we don't deal with losing, and it's a knock-on effect. You lose, and then it's like a recovering session. So we just need to make sure that we recover properly. I think we managed the squad well today. We've got players ready for Tuesday that didn't feature too much today, that can come into the starting 11 and freshen things up to make sure that we're at it, and that'll be their opportunity to take and stay in the team. So I'm looking forward to it. I think it'll be a tough game. Every game in this league is a tough game, and we need to play well, but I think we we'll be full of confidence. The boys should be really happy with each other, and the work rate and the determination and the togetherness they've shown to get out of the position we were in at half time. So, I'm looking forward to the game.
A quick word about some two players actually who've left the club over the last week. Julian Saka on Jewish to Basildon. Dylan Williams has gone to Leeds Market.
Yeah, look, Paddy's come in and been brilliant, and obviously with us having Callum Milne as a player that can play as a right back position, and Kane Lewis moving on to Hemel. Look, Julian's been out for a long time, needs games, so he's gone to Basildon to get some games. As and when, if we need him, then we can always lean back on Julian to get him back. But that's the right move for him to get some games and keep developing. And Dylan Williams, he's been a fantastic servant to the club for the last 2.5 years. I've not got a bad word to say about him. He probably just felt that he needed a new challenge. I think he felt, I didn't, but he felt that he hadn't performed at the levels that he would have liked to this season. And he was just really struggling in his confidence to know with us how he was going to start enjoying his football again. So yeah, he chose to move on. So I'm sad because I really like him. I think he's a terrific lad and a really good footballer, but he made that decision. He wanted to move on, and we'd never stay in the way of a player doing that.
And just one final word about the crowd today. 391, I think it was. It makes a difference, doesn't it?
Huge difference. When we scored that first goal, the first goal, you just got a lift. You felt like that with them behind us, and then towards in that last 5-10 minutes when we had corners and we had free kicks and the long throws and the crowd were cheering. It was almost like they were pulling the ball into the net. So whether we'll get that, I know that Ilkeston bought a few, but I hope, I always say it, we are doing everything we can. We're a group of players that are honest. They give their all in most games. I think there's only been a couple of occasions this year where we've been poor, and they deserve the criticism, but I want the town to be proud of them. I'm really proud to manage the football club. The players are proud to play for the football club. I want the supporters to be proud of the team and come out, win, lose or draw, just get behind them. And it does. It's an old cliche, and it's saying the crowd were brilliant, but they do actually make a real big difference. And our players want to be at a club, a big club, a club with supporters, a club where they can play in front of a crowd. It's one of the things that footballers want to do. So they enjoyed that today. They enjoyed the comeback. They're enjoying it in the dressing room. They'll go and have a beer and enjoy that. And the fans do have a big part to play in it.
Brilliant, Ricky. Well done. Thank you.
Thank you. Cheers.